So in today's video, we're going to be trying to take this 06 Auto apart and put in one of these mega springs from knifekits.com. See if we can get this thing to be a little bit more snappy than it is, because that's super disappointing. And evidently this is good to go according to Gerber, not me. But I don't know how to take this thing apart, so this could be interesting. So let's just get after it. I'm gonna take the pocket clip off. Good Lord. They don't want those to come out. I think I'm gonna break the tool. That one's a little looser. Might have to put the heat gun on that one to try to break that Loctite loose. Good Lord. They used red Loctite on this. And a lot of it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to break this one. They were going to use a heat gun on that. Yep, there we go. A little bit of heat. It's unbelievable the amount of Loctite they used on it. Look at that. And look at that. They're like, this might be why the thing don't work. It might be just full of Loctite. All right. So I'm not quite sure why this is still in one piece. We'll have to clean that out. Look at that. I'm gonna open it. So, well, there goes that. Well, it appears as though this does not go through there that way. Let's see here. All right, so that spacer. It's kind of interesting. This knife has no washers. It just rides on that groove on the blade. That's sort of different. It appears as though that spring faces that way and hooks into the bottom. Let's get a little comparison. So this is a max spring by them. I hope this fits, because that does not look the same. And this is a mega, which is what we're going to attempt to put in here. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll give it a go. So I don't know how in the world you would go about getting this in there from the get-go. This is going to be interesting. Another comment that I got about this is it's thoroughly lubed. I mean, maybe even to the point of a little bit too much. That's not going to come out without grabbing that somehow. See if we can't. It's turning. You want to hold. There we go. right, bring it back over the mat. I'm just gonna get this extra oil that's on here off, because you don't need oil between your spacers. So the spring fits down that little groove. So let's go ahead and wipe this off too. I guess there's not a whole lot of contact surface between that raised portion and the blade itself. So I guess in theory that would be pretty slick. Guess I probably need to put this in, which that's kind of weird. There's a little bushing on top of that. That goes in there. So I'm going to attempt to put, I think this is going to be a nightmare. All right, so I don't know why, but there we go. If we can get this spring in here, this is gonna be crazy. I can barely hold it. Okay, let's see. Oh, good Lord.
Let me do something.
This is gonna be snappy. If we can get this, probably should tape this blade. See this thing like flying open and cut my finger off. So I believe that goes in there. That's pretty smooth itself too, so there's nothing really there to catch on the blade. So that goes like that. Goes in there. This went in here. This is going to get interesting. So I'm going to install it without the pocket clip for now, just so I can get this thing together without it exploding on me. And then I'll go back and put the pocket clip in. All right, let's see. So this goes over that. I think this is where it's going to get interesting, trying to get all of these little pieces back together. This piece bows so much. I feel like you need 12 hands to do this. Let's just see if we can get this tightened down so I can get the rest of this together. The pivot screw is turning. Pull back on this blade. Huh. Reach in there with the pliers and grab the pivot screw. I mean the blade stop. Yeah. And grip that. Well, get the right tools in a second. I'm just trying to keep all this stuff from exploding. What I'm trying to do is this thing right here is, whatever this is really floppy, and I'm trying to lock it in. All right. So, still a little loose, but it could be the fact that we don't have any of these other screws in. I've never seen a knife that the pocket clip screws actually held the knife together. So,
Whoopsie.
oh, oh, it's definitely snappier. It's got a little bit less blade play than it had. I mean, I think if you crank this out to where it had the blade play before,
That feels better?
oh yeah. Let me feel this thing.
Oh yeah. That's really snapping, wow.
Yeah.
To this one. Wow. That makes this one feel slow.
Yeah. This feels really weak now.
Yeah. All right. So, final verdict?
Well, that's, if this spring holds together, I would say that final verdict, that's pretty good. We'll see how that spring holds up. If it holds up, then that is definitely the ticket. It's just completely different knife. So, we'll see you guys next time.